The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. Today, I want to explore a book that, despite being written in 1925, continues to ignite imaginations, shift mindsets, and guide people toward lives of purpose and possibility. The book is The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. At first glance, that title almost seems playful. A game? Life? Really? But Florence Scovel Shinn's wisdom is simple, bold, and revolutionary. Life is not meant to be a struggle. Life is not random. Life responds to us. Florence believed that we are not victims tossed around by chance. Instead, we possess incredible power through our thoughts, words, and expectations. Your word is your wand, she writes. Whatever you speak, you bring forth. Florence saw life as a kind of spiritual game, one where the rules are invisible, but the consequences are unmistakably real. The goal of the game, she says, is not competition. The goal is alignment, aligning our thoughts and emotions with the good that already exists for us. Let's break down some of her key teachings and how they still apply today. 1. Thoughts and words create reality. Florence believed that our spoken word has power, not poetic power, not metaphorical power, literal power. We speak our lives into existence. So if a person constantly says, "I never win," "Nothing works out for me," "I can't afford it," then the universe or life, or whatever name you prefer, responds, "As you wish." Florence challenges us to imagine that our words are commands. They call forward experiences we don't even realize we're ordering. She tells a story in the book. A woman desperately wanted money. She talked about it constantly, but her words were full of doubt and lack. Florence instructed her to say instead, "God is my supply, and I have plenty of money." The woman repeated it, not with desperation, but with confidence. Soon, unexpected money arrived from a forgotten source. Coincidence? Maybe. But Florence would say this: the game is won through positive expectation. What you expect with certainty, you experience. 2. Imagination is the blueprint of reality. Florence calls the imagination a scissors of the mind. It cuts out the image of what we want and lays the pattern for life to follow. Think of it like this. Every invention began as imagination before it became physical. Every achievement, every breakthrough, every life change began in someone's mind. Florence says that when we imagine something clearly, without doubt, without fear, we impress that image onto the spiritual world, and the physical world reorganizes itself to match. Today, athletes use visualization. Entrepreneurs envision success before taking action. Science, psychology, and even neuroscience now support the idea that the brain doesn't distinguish between a vividly imagined event and a real one. Florence knew this 100 years ago. We don't get what we want. We get what we are ready to receive. 3. Intuition is the voice of the game. Florence believed we all have intuition, an inner guidance system that nudges us toward the next step in our lives. She called intuition the magic path. It doesn't shout, it whispers. Sometimes intuition shows up as a sudden idea, a feeling that something isn't right, or a spontaneous thought that seems random but keeps returning. Most people ignore intuition because it defies logic. Florence argues logic is not the master, it is the servant. Intuition sees farther than logic ever can. Sometimes the path to your desire doesn't make sense. You may feel guided to call someone, take a different route home, or read a certain book. In Florence's view, that isn't coincidence, it's direction. What you seek is seeking you, she implies. The game gets easier when we learn to listen. 4. Fear is faith in the wrong outcome. Florence was fearless in her language. She wrote, "Fear is inverted faith. It is faith in evil rather than good. Fear imagines the worst. Faith imagines the best." Fear and faith both require belief in something unseen. One opens doors, the other slams them shut. Florence believed that in every moment, we choose which side we're playing for. When fear takes over, we don't just think negatively, we create negative outcomes. The solution is not to force positivity, but to replace fear with trust. Trust that what is meant for us will not miss us. Trust that life is on our side. 5. Giving opens the flow of receiving. One of Florence's most radical teachings is this: to receive, you must give. This isn't about money, it's about energy. If we cling tightly to what we have out of fear, we block the flow of abundance. Generosity signals trust. Scarcity signals fear. Florence suggests acts of giving, time, kindness, money, attention, open channels for unexpected blessings. She tells a story of a man who refused to give tips. He saw it as wasteful, but money barely trickled into his life. When he loosened his grip and gave willingly, his business improved almost immediately. Florence would say, "Life reflects your attitude. A closed hand cannot receive." 6. Non-resistance wins the game. Most people try to win by force, pushing, worrying, resisting everything they don't like. Florence teaches the opposite. Don't resist, redirect. If a door closes, it's not the wrong game, it's the wrong door. She encourages us to release struggle and trust that something better is on the way. There is no competition on the spiritual plane, she writes. Your blessings are yours. They cannot be taken. They cannot be stolen. They cannot pass you by. The game becomes easy when you stop fighting what is. 7. The magic phrase, "I now let go, and I let God." When Florence says God, she doesn't speak of religion. She speaks of the creative, intelligent force behind life. Some call it source, spirit, the universe, infinite intelligence. She tells her students to speak this phrase aloud. I now let go, and I let God. Or, I let life handle this. Because sometimes the winning move in the game is surrender. 8. The power of perfect timing. Florence believed that what we desire has a divine timing. Not too early, not too late, right when we are ready. She uses the example of planting seeds. You don't dig them back up out of impatience. You don't demand a sprout after one day. You trust the process. In life, we plant seeds with our intentions, water them with our beliefs, and harvest them with patience. Florence reminds us, never force a door to open. The right door swings freely. 9. The game of life is played through faith. Every chapter of her book returns to one central point. Faith is the key to the game. Faith is not passive. Faith is action taken in trust. Faith is making the phone call, taking the risk, starting the project before everything is guaranteed. Faith says, I know the outcome is good, even if I can't see it yet. And here's the heart of Florence Scovel Shinn's work. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you believe. 10. You are always creating, consciously or unconsciously. Florence concludes with this truth. You are not learning how to manifest. You are learning how to stop manifesting what you don't want. Life is responding to your thoughts whether they are intentional or accidental. So why not choose intentionally? She asks us to approach life playfully, like a game. Speak what you want. Imagine what you desire. Trust the timing. Let go of fear. Give generously. Follow intuition. Celebrate every win. Then watch life rearrange itself in your favor. Florence Scovel Shinn teaches that your life is not a random accident. It is a creative project, and you are the artist, the architect, and the player. So ask yourself, if your life is a game, are you playing to win? Say the words Florence would insist on. I expect the best, and the best always comes to me. Because once you believe that life is working with you, not against you, that's when the game changes. Like and subscribe to Leon Verse for more videos like this.